Every once in a while, the music world witnesses the arrival of an artist who redefines their instrument. A musician whose technique challenges what we thought was possible, and whose creativity feels entirely organic. For modern bass players, one of those artists is Mohini Dey. Long before millions of viewers discovered her explosive performances online, musicians were already whispering about a young bassist from India with astonishing talent, frightening precision, and a musical maturity far beyond her age. What made her rise even more remarkable was her background. She emerged from a region of the world not traditionally associated with mainstream bass virtuosity on the global fusion scene. Yet, through relentless dedication and fearless creativity, Mohini Dey became one of the most respected bassists of her generation. This is the story of the musician who reshaped the modern bass world. Mohini Dey was born in Mumbai, India, on July 20, 1996, into a deeply musical family. Music was not simply entertainment inside her home, it was a part of daily life. Her father, Sujoy Dey, was a session bassist who played a major role in introducing her to rhythm, harmony, and musical discipline from an extremely young age. Unlike many children who casually experiment with instruments, Mohini displayed an unusual musical sensitivity almost immediately. She was absorbing complex rhythms and melodies before most children could fully understand music itself. At first, she explored multiple instruments, but the bass guitar eventually captured her imagination completely. For many, the bass is a background instrument, but for Mohini, it became a voice, a way to communicate emotion, intensity, and identity. Her development happened with shocking speed. By the age of 10, she was already demonstrating technical abilities that many adult musicians spend decades trying to achieve. One of the defining aspects of Mohini Dey's development was structural discipline. Her father recognized her extraordinary potential early on and began guiding her through rigorous training. Mohini was exposed to multiple musical languages simultaneously: jazz fusion, Indian classical music, funk, progressive rock, and complex Western harmony. This combination became fundamental to her identity. Indian rhythmic structures gave her a unique understanding of timing and subdivision, while Western fusion introduced her to advanced improvisation. The result was a young bassist capable of navigating incredibly complex music with remarkable fluidity. While most teenagers were still discovering their hobbies, Mohini Dey was already becoming a professional musician. She began performing publicly at an extremely young age, quickly attracting attention throughout India's music scene. Industry professionals were stunned not only by her technique, but by her consistency. She could perform highly demanding material with absolute confidence. Soon, opportunities arrived rapidly. Session work, live performances, television appearances, and major collaborations. By her teenage years, Mohini had already built a reputation as one of the most gifted musicians in the country. The rise of social media and YouTube fundamentally changed how instrumental music could travel, and Mohini Dey emerged at exactly the right moment. Videos of her performances began circulating rapidly online, causing global bass communities to explode. Many viewers initially assumed the videos were edited or accelerated, but live performances quickly confirmed the truth. Her playing combined extraordinary speed, rhythmic precision, and advanced slap mastery with total stage confidence. Through platforms like YouTube and Instagram, a bassist from India was suddenly influencing musicians across every continent. It represented a new era in modern music culture. Talent could now bypass traditional industry gatekeepers and travel instantly across the world. As Mohini Dey's artistic identity matured, jazz fusion became her strongest foundation. The influence of legendary bassists like Jaco Pastorius, John Patitucci, Victor Wooten, and Marcus Miller contributed to the broader musical language she absorbed. But Mohini never became a copy of her influences. Instead, she blended Western fusion with her own cultural background. That combination created a distinctive voice. Her phrasing often moves between explosive technical passages and deeply melodic, lyrical ideas. This ability to balance sheer power with sensitivity became one of her greatest strengths. As her reputation expanded globally, legendary artists began inviting Mohini Dey into major international projects. One of the most significant relationships in her career was her work with the Academy Award-winning composer, A.R. Rahman. Known for demanding extremely high standards, Rahman exposed Mohini to large-scale international productions, proving her ability to support massive arrangements as a complete professional. Over time, her resume expanded to include collaborations with internationally respected virtuosos, including Steve Vai, Guthrie Govan, Marco Miniman, Zakir Hussain, and Simon Phillips. Each project expanded her vocabulary, cementing her status as one of the most exciting bass talents of the modern era. To understand why Mohini Dey generated so much attention, it is important to look at how unusual her technical execution truly is. Her playing seamlessly combines rapid fingerstyle articulation, odd meter fluency, chordal phrasing, and advanced rhythmic subdivision. But what makes her truly exceptional is control. Every note feels intentional, even at extreme speeds. Professional bassists often describe her phrasing as exceptionally clean. Unlike players who sacrifice the groove for speed, Mohini maintains absolute rhythmic clarity during highly technical passages. That balance is incredibly rare. Mohini Dey also became part of a larger cultural shift. For decades, the world of bass virtuosity and fusion music had been dominated primarily by male musicians. Mohini's rise challenged many outdated assumptions about gender and musicianship. She became an inspiration for countless young instrumentalists around the world, not because she tried to become a symbol, but because her musicianship demanded respect on its own terms. Her success demonstrated something powerful. Great music transcends stereotypes. Beyond the technicality, Mohini Dey's artistry is defined by her stage presence. Despite performing incredibly complex arrangements, she maintains a visible joy and emotional openness on stage. She interacts dynamically with her bandmates and communicates energy directly to the audience. Technical mastery alone can sometimes feel clinical, but Mohini understands instinctively that audiences remember emotion. Her performances feel like conversations rather than demonstrations, allowing her to connect with listeners far beyond the world of musicians. Despite her astonishing technical reputation, Mohini Dey has repeatedly emphasized the importance of musicality over pure speed. In interviews, she often speaks about emotional honesty, groove, and communication. For her, technique is simply a tool, not the final destination. This perspective explains why her playing resonates so deeply. Beneath all the complexity, the music still feels human, emotional, and alive. It reflects the maturity of an artist who understands that lasting musicians are remembered not only for what they can play, but for how they make people feel. Throughout her career, Mohini Dey has shared thoughts that perfectly capture her artistic philosophy. She famously stated, "Music has no gender. It is a perspective built on humility and constant evolution," much like another powerful quote associated with her. The more you learn, the more you realize how much you don't know. These simple ideas summarize her entire approach to her craft: curiosity, growth, and relentless discipline. Unlike many legendary musicians whose influence becomes clear only after decades, Mohini Dey's impact is already visible across modern bass culture. Young musicians study her phrasing, Fusion communities celebrate her performances, and audiences remain fascinated by her abilities. Perhaps the most important part of her story is that she helped expand what people believe is possible on the bass guitar. She did this not through gimmicks or controversy, but through dedication, artistry, and fearless musical exploration. As her career continues to evolve, one thing has become very clear. Mohini Dey is not simply a viral musician. She is part of the future of modern instrumental music. Some musicians become famous, some become influential, but only a rare few inspire people to completely rethink an instrument. Mohini Dey belongs to that rare group. She is a musician whose talent transcended borders, genres, and expectations, inspiring the next generation of bass players around the world. Because true musical greatness is not measured only by speed, it is measured by impact. And Mohini Dey's impact is only beginning. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next video.